Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Rosalie's Kitchen. Wow, I'm so glad to be with you guys today. I am the author of Rosalie Serving Italian and Rosalie Serving Country cookbooks. And we've got a great recipe for you today to go along with that Thanksgiving table. We're going to make a cheesecake, and it's called Sheraton's Famous Cheesecake. And I just can't wait till you taste this. If you happen to have my country book, it is on page 229. However, we may make just a few little changes today as we go along. All right, so this cake is supposedly, years ago, was on the menu of the Sheraton's Famous Hotel, downtown St. Louis. So says my friend that gave me the recipe. So I'm not for sure, but it would be nice to think it was on their menu, and it is very good. All right, so we're going to start off with 4 8-ounce packages of Philadelphia cream cheese. I have those laid out. And we're going to have here 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons of our sugar. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and make our crust. Now you want a 10-inch springform pan. And this is what you want. You've got 2 cups of graham crackers, and these are crushed. And these are the cinnamon graham crackers, so you're going to have a little bit more flavor. You're going to add to that a 1/4 cup of sugar. So just put that all in there just like so. You might have a few that are just a little bit. I put these in the these crumbs in our blender. I can't think. And so they might have a few little parts that maybe not be totally crushed, but that will be fine. You're going to add now a 1/2 cup of real butter melted, and just put that right on in there. And then you're going to mix this together to make your beautiful crust. And this goes in so well, and it just makes a beautiful crust. And you've got your little cinnamon in there for your flavor, for your cracker crumbs. You can use plain cracker crumbs if you have those. It'd be fine. And so this is what you want to do here. All right, so we've washed hands earlier. We're going to get in here and make sure all of that butter is dispersed. And then what you want to do is you just want to start kind of just straightening this out, so you've got a little bit that's a lip for your sides. And you can use a cup like this, and you can just straighten that right out, and you will get an inch up the sides of this pan by just using a cup to straighten that out. And there is your beautiful crust. That's all there is to that. And we're going to set this aside. Now, some people like to bake this at 350 for 10 minutes or put it in the freezer. I found that with this recipe, it works out just well, just like it is. So, and there it is. Look at that gorgeous crust. All right, we're going to put it over here, and we're going to go ahead now and make our filling. So you got your little KitchenAid. All right, so you got your little KitchenAid right here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use one of these at a time, and that's your Philadelphia cream cheese. Okay, so we're just going to put that right in there. And I have doled out, as I've told you, a cup plus 2 tablespoons of sugar. So we're going to put this in, block that up, and gently, oops, I think it might help if we actually plugged it in. Okay, so let's do that real quick. All right, now we're going to add just a little bit of sugar just to help that get in there better. And you may have to scrape down several times with this recipe, because your cheese will get hung up until it gets good and melted in there and really good and dispersed. So let's do that. And as I said, as you add these cheeses, you may have to do that. Okay, this one's not wanting to come down. There it goes. All right, so let's go at that again. Lock it. And then as you add another one, because we do want this batter to be very smooth. And you can see how putting a little bit at a time here is going to do that. Add a little bit more of your sugar. This will help it to disperse. Okay, we're going to grab a little knife here, and we're going to scrape down again. And we're going to do this several times till we get a good batter with our cream cheese. And then we'll be back. All right, I will see you in a minute. Okay, so our batter is becoming very smooth. We're going to add our last cream cheese and our last bit of sugar. And that was the 1 cup plus the 2 tablespoons. We're going to go ahead and lock and finish this up. So it's coming in really smooth. We don't want any lumps in this cream cheese. Don't want any lumps in our batter. We're going to put it up a little bit higher and just let that really, and you can see how that is smoothing out beautiful. Okay, and one more time to scrape down, and we'll be right back and add our egg. Okay guys, so now as you can see, this is really whipping up beautiful. We're going to put it down just a little bit. We've got 4 eggs here, and we're going to add one at a time. And then we're going to continue to beat. Now we're getting a very, very smooth, beautiful batter. We're going to go ahead and raise it up one more time. One more egg. And that's what we want. We want a beautiful and smooth batter for this cheesecake. Okay, one more egg. The other one just snuck in, and that'll be okay. Oh, this is so pretty. All right, and while this is going, we're going to go ahead and add a teaspoon of our pure vanilla. Whoa. All right, we're going to scrape down one more time, and we'll be back for a finishing swish. Look how beautiful and smooth that batter is. All right, be back in a minute. All right, so we've scraped it down one last time, and now we're just giving it another finishing touch here. We're going to notch it up a little bit more, and this is very, very smooth and beautiful satin like we wanted it to be. All right, we are ready to put it into our crust. So we're going to unlock, and this would be very difficult, by the way, just to do with a hand beater. So if you don't have a KitchenAid, just go out and give yourself an early Christmas present. You need a KitchenAid. This is just so handy and reliable that you're going to get a good batter, because this can be pretty difficult to do. All right, I'm going to loosen this, and then we'll be back. Okay, so here we are, and we're going to go ahead and just put this beautiful batter right into our springform pan with the crust already made. You see how pretty and smooth that is? And this makes a nice deep cheesecake. We're going to bake it for 1 hour and 10 minutes. And we are going to, bake it for 1 hour and 10 minutes. All right. We will be back in just a minute. And we're going to put our oven at 325 for 1 hour and 10 minutes, and then we'll be back. This is going to be awesome. Okay guys, so we're back, and now we're going to make our topping. This is such a great topping. This is 8 ounces of our sour cream, and we're just going to go ahead and scoop that right into there. Give it a toss here, and this will be our topping for our cake when it comes out and we're all ready to be served. Right before we serve it, we want to keep it, I guess, probably a couple of hours with this on the top. Okay, so we want to add a teaspoon of lemon juice, and we want to add a 1/4 cup of our sugar. All right, now we are going to give this just a really good spin right here, and this adds so much to the topping on this cream cheese. Now we're going to go ahead and cover this bowl, because it's going to take a while for our cheesecake to set and to actually dress. Alright, but I did want to show you this wonderful topping, and being in the refrigerator overnight, whenever we get ready to dress the top will be just right. Okay, I will see you in a few hours when that cheesecake is done and when it's set. All right, be back in a minute. You're going to love, love, love this cheesecake. Okay, guys, well, here we're back, and here's our beautiful cheesecake. It has been in the oven for 1 hour and 10 minutes at 325 degrees, and it's golden and beautiful. So we're going to leave it right in here, let it rest for a few hours, and then we're going to release it out of its pan and put it in the refrigerator overnight. So in the morning, we'll be back to dress it with our sour cream topping and our pineapple sauce. All right, we'll see you then. Okay, guys, so here we are back, and here is our wonderful cheesecake. It has set about 4 hours, so we're going to attempt to remove it. I'm going to just run a knife around here really carefully and loosen that, and then we're going to loosen our spring, and we're going to attempt to put our cheesecake on this platter. Okay, so you reach over here, and we're going to loosen this, and hopefully it will come up. And may need a little bit more coaching here. Okay. And there it is. Oh, it's so pretty. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to gently lift this up and going to remove the bottom of this pan. You need a big sharp knife like this, where you can actually just go in here, and it should slide off pretty easily. And just kind of hold on to the bottom of your rim here. Let your knife go all the way around the cheesecake, and hopefully we won't split it in half.
All the calories run out.
Okay. It should just slide right off. Now it may need to set a few more hours before it will actually do that. So we're going to come back to it. It doesn't want to release right there. All right, we do have our sour cream topping, and remember we made that earlier today. Now that's going to go right onto your cheesecake, right on the top here, and it's going to add a wonderful flavor to this cheesecake. So just spread that right around, and you should have like a groove that will form on your cheesecake, just like this one is, like a lip here, and it will hold this sour cream topping very, very nicely. All right, so it's not ready to release off the bottom pan yet, but that's okay. We'll come back to it. And what we'll do now is we're going to make our pineapple sauce. So we'll just put this in the refrigerator for another 2 hours, and then we'll come back. All right, I'm going to slide this over here. This is a pan that I prepared. This is a 20-ounce can of your pineapple, crushed pineapple. And just put that right in your little pan right here. Let me grab a spoon. You're going to add to this 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Put that in. And a 1/3 cup of sugar. And 2 tablespoons of butter. I just stir that around and put it on the stove. Let it come to about a gentle boil, maybe 2 to 3 minutes, stirring constantly. And let's get that all ready and prepared for our topping. All right, we'll be back. See you in a minute. Okay, guys, so here's our beautiful sauce. We've put our cornstarch in it, our butter, and our sugar. And it is so beautiful. And it's ready for our cake when it gets cool. All right, so I have messed with this cake just a little bit more. And I believe that now it will just slide off, I hope. And there it goes. And there it is. All right. So it took a little bit, but it will come off for you. Just use your large knife. All right, so what we're going to do with this cheesecake now is we're going to put it in the refrigerator, let it set for about 2 or 3 hours, and cool our pineapple sauce. And then we'll be ready to come back and taste it. This is shaping up gorgeous. Can't wait for you to put it on your Thanksgiving table. Everybody's going to say, wow, let's thank Rosalie. anyway. All right, I'll see you guys in a few hours. Okay, guys, so here we are back, and our cheesecake has set. It is beautiful. We have baked it for 1 hour and 10 minutes at 325 degrees, and this cheesecake has set overnight. Here is our pineapple sauce, and it is nice and delicious. We've cooked it with our 2 tablespoons of our cornstarch, 1/4 cup of sugar, and 2 tablespoons of butter, and it is beautiful. I've dressed this cake, and now I just want to show you what it looks like inside. And this cheesecake is absolutely gorgeous. You can see the density of it and how beautiful this has come out. All right, well, I hope that you make this for your Thanksgiving table. And if you get online or go to a Williams-Sonoma store, you can buy a pie, and it also works as a cake cutter. And I have already cut this into the 8 pieces. Turn it, and you can cut it into 16. All right, be sure to have this beautiful cake at your Thanksgiving table. I am so glad to have been with you today. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I love you guys. Thank you for all the fans that have gone to my website, www.rosalieservin.com. Bye.